What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Juggernaut of multi-platinum production team, Arkatech Beatz. We are the producers for your favorite rapper's favorite rapper, man. And we doing live music reviews tonight. Man. Again, like I said, Juggernaut of multi-platinum production crew, Arkatech Beatz. Shout out to my partner, Mike Trauma D. If you're not familiar with us, man, we've produced for everybody from Big Pun to Nas, Prodigy, and Mobb Deep, man. The Game, Jadakiss, Raekwon the Chef, RZA, you name it, we've done it. So we're here tonight, man. We're doing some live music reviews. Hit the link on the screen. Let's get this music submitted. Submissions are now open. We're going to give it a little while for some people to jump in. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. Make sure y'all check us out at arkatechbeatz.com. Shout out to everybody that's joining the live. We're doing live music reviews tonight, man. Multi-platinum producers. Let's go, man. We're looking for that talent, man. Trying to see who's who, man. Trying to see what's what. Carson, thanks for the gift, man. Make sure we're liking and sharing the live. Make sure you're submitting your music to the link on the screen, man. We're doing reviews tonight. We're going to be on for a little while. I can't guarantee everything gets played, but we're going to do our best tonight, you know what I mean? Peace. Mr. Noodles, what up, man? Make sure y'all liking and sharing the live. Big Reds, what up? Just trying to get used to some different things, you know what I mean? Boy Swagger, what up? It's just some of the stuff that we're going to be doing inside of the portal, you know what I mean? So I want to just try to, you know, get a feel for how it should go. What? How'd that cut off so fast? That's weird. Girl, what up? I'm trying to just figure out, like, you know, just trying to get to a cadence. But I think I'm going to be on a little bit more often. Arkatech Beatz. If you use that, Jimmy, you got a good ear. And that's what I'm really looking forward to too, Rick, is you know, once we get inside the portal, like, okay, like give the people that's inside, like, yo, this is a sample, I want everybody to cook on this, come back in maybe a week, you know what I mean? And then just kind of get feedback on everybody's joint, just kind of see how that's feeling, you know? Just see how different people are flipping different types of samples, you know what I mean? Getting ready to get started soon, man. We're just waiting for some people to drop some submissions in. And we'll get started soon, you know what I mean? Carson, what up? It's so much to do, bro. And I ain't gonna hold you, man. I'm trying to manage a lot of this stuff right now. So having a movie night. We're just trying to get on, do some reviews, man. You know, listen to a couple of joints for some people. You know, for those who follow us, make sure you follow us, you know. Multi-platinum producers, Big Pun, Nas, Jadakiss. Everybody in between, man. Killer Mike, Meek Mill. Saha the Prince, Freddie Gibbs, Max B. Man. You know, the funny thing is that my production partner, he went to Institute for Audio Research. For me, I did everything, you know, just off the dome, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm older than my cousin, my production partner. So I started everything pretty much out of my parents' living room. You know what I'm saying? I had got all this equipment, and then he wound up going to Institute for Audio Research. I had some equipment. I gave some equipment to him. He got his engineering certificate. Then he wound up getting an internship at Loud Records back in the days. And the rest is history. You know, we was putting together these beats.
Arkatech Beatz.
You know what I'm saying? We caught the ear of Havoc, Mobb Deep, Prodigy, Big Pun. You know what I'm saying? Big Pun took our first record, Capital Punishment, and the rest is history, man. Richie Mays, what up? We doing live music reviews tonight, man. Make sure you hit the queue, man. Mike, what up? Kaz, what up? That's what's up, man. Engineering is the way to make sure you keep eating. Make sure y'all sharing this live, man. Like the live, share with one of the people, man. tap the screen, get folks involved. We just waiting for this queue to fill up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to start listening to some joints, you know what I mean? Right now, what you're listening to is Hip Hop Beatz Radio, man, on YouTube, Arkatech Beatz. There's a bunch of beats that you're going to listen to in loop if you want to ever go back and listen. That's on YouTube. Shout out to my man Richie Mays, man. He just bought an MPC X. I'm gonna get into this first joint, man, by Carson Tyler, man. This is called Dare to Be. That, you know, you can check him out on Instagram at Carson Tyler Music. Let's go. Let's see what this sound like, man. Chat, make sure y'all in the chat. Make sure that y'all giving me y'all feedback as well. You know, show your love for people who have the guts to get up on here and share with the world, man.
Bigger than that. She got money on her mind, trying to scam me all the time. Feeling lovely, bubbly, any way you can get it. Trying to tell me you love me, baby say I'm the only one, maybe two. All to do she already used. Trying to tell me new things. I don't really want to talk. I just really want to walk off, start a new thing. Erase you from my brain. Tell you how things have changed. I don't really want to fight though. Just want one night so where everything I say and taking all the way out of context. I'm gonna start next like a not flex. Love on me, baby, stay for free. You can lie to me, hide with me. Tell me all your loved ones who you really be. Hide the beat, baby, not the lead, so I don't spill the beans on who you see. Hiding all your lovers from each other, please. Hide from me while I run away a game of hide and seek. Baby, please, don't you let me see where you have ran to be. Lie to me, tell me that you love me so I'll never leave. Fight with me, so every time I worry I'll be scared to leave. I'll never be the only single guy you beg to call at night, so hide from me. Everything you lied about to all your friends, so dare to be big enough to leave me with your secrets, please. Scared to be everything you've done is coming out now, so baby, please take a second, look around at who you've came to be. This will never be the end of you that you will never see. Hide with me, scared to be the end of thee.
Yeah. Yo, that's Carson Tyler, man. Dare to Be. Off the first listen, the main thing that kind of caught me was that your vocals was way above your music. Your music is kind of buried under the vocal bed a little bit, so it's not really married the way that I would like it to be married, to be listened to. From the way that the song is going, I think the song is kind of going where it needs to go. I think you hitting your lyrical cue, and you're hitting your cadence, and your rhythmic is going the way that it needs to go. I think you have a good tone on that, right? I think the main thing for me sometimes when I listen to some of this stuff, this is a 2-minute record. It kind of feels like it's an interlude more than an actual song, because it doesn't necessarily have like this. You know, it's not structured as maybe like a hook or end on a hook, or, you know, that's not really stand out to me. So, my feedback on it would be to just make sure that we can differentiate that, and to make sure that the listener understands, like, okay, if this is going to be the name of my song, if my song is even going to be a 2-minute song, like, we have to determine if we're going to put the hook in the beginning or if we're going to put the hook at the end. And if we put the hook at the end, you have to remember that we got to get the listener to the end, right? And remember how everything is set up now in terms of streams, um, streams, content creation, everything is set up to where we want to get the listener to the end of the piece of content. I don't know, even want to refer to it as the end of the song because you're gonna have to take this, you're gonna have to put it to some sort of visual to make it to a piece of content. So the algorithm is only going to be favorable to you if we can get these people to the end of the record. And the only way that we can do that is to make sure that we have hooks and engagement points to keep the person engaged, to get them all the way through. Because if we can get them all the way through, then this is how we can kind of create our own virality. So I hope that helps from what I'm seeing in this. I think the track that you selected is okay. I don't think anything is wrong with that. I don't even think anything that you spit on it was wrong at all. I just think it's just a matter of getting it to marry well and just putting things in the right order so that we can make sure that we can hook the listener, man. This is the whole thing about hooking the listeners. And I'm trying to make sure that in our live streams, and we're talking about these reviews, is to make sure that we can get folks to stay engaged into our music. So maybe it's going to be the track that engages them, or maybe it's going to be the hook. It just kind of depends. The days of long intros and that type of stuff, I kind of want to tell folks to kind of refrain from it because remember what we're dealing with. We're dealing with swipe away culture. And then the only way that you're going to be able to promote your music is through socials. And the only way that socials will reward you is if people are not swiping past and if they're keeping engaged. So we kind of have to keep that in mind when we're making our songs, which I think is a little unfortunate, but that's just the level of the game that we're in right now. But yo, Carson, thank you for submitting that in, man. I appreciate you. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the queue, that's submitting joints, man. The queue is open. The queue is open, man. Make sure that we are sharing the live, man. Yo, Rick, did you go live today? Shout out to everybody that's jumping into this thing, man. So listen, you went yesterday? Yesterday I wasn't feeling good, man. I really got to get some sleep, man. It'd be like days I don't really sleep. so the days that I don't sleep good, then it'd be like, oh man, I feel terrible the next one. You know what I'm saying? And then try to get back into the gym and all of that. Ooh. I start feeling old. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. We taking live submissions tonight. We listening to this music live, man. We trying to see and give people some feedback, you know what I mean? Yeah, man, we burning the candle crazy. I still gotta handle the family stuff too, you know what it is. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. Thanks everybody for the likes and for the gifts, etc. Appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all hitting y'all submitting. It's free to submit, but you gotta skip the line. You gotta put a few on it. Gotta guarantee you play tonight. Richie's asking if it's a good idea for folks to make two versions of a track. It depends. You know what I'm saying? It depends. I think everybody should be looking to get the data. So sometimes you might want to make two versions to kind of see what kind of feedback you're going to get. Listen, I don't know. Sometimes you got to make more than two. Yeah, sometimes I mean, 2 versions to put on your project. It depends, man. You know what I'm saying? Again, it depends, man. It's just when we say we don't want us to get swiped, or we're not trying to make it too short to get swiped. The key here is to make it interesting and make sure that it's dope. If your music is dope, man, you ain't got to really worry about being swiped. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know how to make sure your record is starting strong, and you ain't got to worry about getting swiped too quick. You know what I mean? That's the main thing. Just trying to make sure we can do it that way. Boy Swagger, what up, man? He got a joint called 80s. Chocolate Boy Swagger. Make sure you put your Instagram on it next time, son. What up? Sample's crazy. Richie, that makes sense. Yo, that's Chocolate Boy Swagger, man. He just shot at an instrumental called the 80s. Yo, what y'all think about that, man? Make sure y'all hit it in the chat. Yo, I think the joint is dope, man. The only thing that I would listen for, he said splice. Man, you caught a mean one with that one. So what I would suggest on this is like this, man. We have to find something to make the beat. Where's the hook at? You know what I'm saying? Like it's basically we got a running loop, which is cool, but at the same time we want to make sure that we're structuring it in some sort of song mode. And it doesn't need to be a lot, just something subtle, so for us to know, like, okay, this is where the hook go, this is where you're supposed to rap. And listen, remember what's happening is that when you're sending out your music to these guys, you most likely you won't be in the studio with these guys, so you won't be able to tell them where you want them to rap and where you want them to. You're not going to be able to have that kind of interaction like how we used to have it back in the day. How we used to be able to be in the room with a Nas or be in the room with a Prodigy and tell them, nah, do it like this, Ray, do it like that, yo, put your hook here. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not really going to get that much. A lot of people don't get that anymore. So we have to try to make sure that we're leaving enough musical cues. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure you're having enough musical cues to ensure that they folks know where it's going. But from the last joint that you sent before that was overloading, this one is right where it needs to be in terms of loudness. So that's an improvement. You know what I'm saying? All we got to do is kind of work out how we want to get our drums and get our track, our samples to kind of level out a little bit, marry a little bit closer. But for the most part, bro, good job with that. And you know, Richie, I do enough of that in the lives for folks to kind of get an idea in terms of song structure. Because we do enough of that, and we do a lot of stuff in 4 and 8 bars. So, you know, for those who are not really familiar with the way that we're supposed to be structuring songs, make sure you check out the music production tutorials that we have on the YouTube series so that you can kind of see, you know, how we're getting these records structured. You know, 4-bar intros, 8-bar intros, you know, 4-bar intros, hooks, you know, hooks into verses, verses into mini verses, mini bridges, and then, you know, or pre-hooks, etc., and keep it moving, and etc. like that. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live stream. We are doing music reviews, man. It's a Tuesday night. It is a Tuesday night, man. We're doing music review. Yo, Rick, man, thanks for the gifts over here on TikTok, man. Thanks everybody for your gifts and your super chats, etc. I appreciate y'all, you know what I'm saying? Boy Swagger, what did you change your settings on your output for that one? Or you already exported it? To my people on TikTok, man, make sure you guys tap on the screen. Shout out to my people on Instagram, man. Folks hitting in on Twitch. Shout out to the folks on X, Facebook. We stream it everywhere. We everywhere. Make sure y'all hitting the link. Submit your joints. So we get you listened to tonight. You know what I'm saying? Get you some feedback on that. All right. Richie Mays, man. Thanks for the gift. Yeah, it sounded good though, bro. It sounded better. That sample killer though. Gotta love it, man. That joint called Pacific Coast, man. Let's go. Man, I'm not trying to find nothing, man. Listen, man. Listen, man. I'm not even in the business of trying to find them, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, man. Nah, I'm not using OBS to stream to TikTok. TikTok is funny, man. TikTok don't want to give you any stream keys, man. I was using Streamlabs to go to TikTok, but I'm using TikTok Studio. But the truth of the matter is that if you can see my screen, that's the Streamlab. Like that's the Streamlab there. So Streamlab doing everything, but I got 2 different computers going right now. I got one dedicated computer and interface and everything going to TikTok, cameras, and then another set over here going to every place else. So there's 2 cameras on this one, and then there's 1 camera over here for TikTok. It's a pain in the ass, to be honest with you, because every time I try to do it on I do it on Streamlabs, they do something funny with it, man. They revoke the stream key. I don't know what they're trying to do over there. The TikTok Studio is cool though. This one is called Flex, man, by 4 days. Say he's a producer. Right, let's take a listen to this, man. Yeah, the portal is open. Let's go. I mean,
Perfect beat for me to flex my muscle. These rappers tryna tussle. He steady freaking like he Simmons while I count like Russell. Hustle like the movie, sacrifice my humble. They won't give a damn if I do damage. How I'm brandishing this mic like Jungle Savage. Take a shot for Uncle Sam, then take a bullet to the liver for the man. It's hot like in Japan when Shorty drop like it's atomic bomb. And Shorty wanna rock, but I ain't here to talk. She know the plan. Your bars are breaking off like Pakistan. I'm taking off like planes that's aiming for the top. Central buildings, put it on my tab, the label bills me. Hoping that I land, the way it'll kill me. You move it wrong, the way it'll kill you too. You sing a song, I paint my pictures through these holy inscriptions of vocal instruments. I wholly embellish it just to witness what this chopper do. Yo, damn. First poet of my generation, writing to a syncopated triple meter. Syncopated pops when I'm in a rhythm to launch the heater. Got the shorties all stopping like Derek Jeter. Perfect beat for me to flex my muscle. It's still, we keep the tussle. Is that the champagne in the limousine or is creepers on you? My competition ain't making royalties cause they songs is bummy. So they burnt they studio for the insurance money. Ain't no insurance with the boy, you gotta earn it from me. My full assurance, if you ain't learning, you drowning in the current. This currency for emergencies, not for making purchase. Gold bars with a pyrite beat, cause your producer worthless. While mine produce the most hits. A big fish in a small pond, I'm a megalodon in a giant ocean. I carry out the hit, it's no commotion. Told my brothers always keep it pushing, constant locomotion. Broke a sucker psyche down with only the words I've spoken. Sean.
Hell yeah, man. What we gonna do?
4 days. Hold on, I'm really trying to process that, because, and this is just me. Your vocals and your lyrics is going in one direction, and then the music is going in another direction. So it's hard to kind of follow. So you have to determine as the listener if you want to listen to the beat or if you want to listen to the rhymes. But it don't necessarily, from my vantage point, it don't necessarily go. So I don't know, is this more of a spoken word type of thing, or is it really supposed to be a rap record? Because it is different. I ain't gonna hold you, it's different. But I'm just trying to understand. Like I was trying to catch it, because I'm listening to the lyrics and I'm listening to the voice texture and I'm listening to that and I'm like, all right, that's straight. You know what I'm saying? And then the underlying production is straight. It's just we like to kind of hear music be on the beat. You know what I'm saying? And now granted, I got a record with RZA, you know what I'm saying? So, and RZA sometimes master that on-beat, off-beat flow. I got records with, Killer Army, and some of those guys do, off-beat, on-beat flow. And it's kind of not the same. So I'm just trying to get an understanding of, like, what we were trying to accomplish with it. That's what I'm saying. So it's like from a poetic type of standpoint, yeah, it would kind of be, on but off, but off but on, and kind of on a creative situation. But my thing is that, it just depends. You know what I'm saying? This type of stuff is very, 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 very niche. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna have to really put a gang of money on it to really find your ideal audience for that. But for me, right? For me, if it's going to be put as a rap record, or if it's going to be put as music record like that, I would like things to be a little bit more on beat. Now, if we're saying, hey, this is just the style is this way, then that's cool. Sonically, I don't have an issue with where it is sonically. I think the music is where it needs to be. I think the vocals is where it needs to be. I think what you're spitting is decent. I don't got any issue with that. I think that kind of works the way it needs to work. Depending on what lane you want to put it in. If you want to keep it in a poetic different type of lane, you keep it where it is. If you're trying to put it into a musical lane, you're going to have to make sure that we make that thing go with the beat. That's my 2 cents. Shout out to everybody that's in the live, man, that's jumping in. We're doing the music reviews tonight. Thank you for submitting, my brother. Yo, the queue is open, man. Make sure y'all dropping something in. You're welcome. I'm trying to see if I could do it daily, bro. But I still want to do my music production stuff. You know what I'm saying? The music production tutorials, that's how I like it. Hit the link on the screen, bro. Or link in the link is in the description. Because if you think about it, like this is really what I want to try to do with it, and I for the people who are always here, they understand where I'm trying to go with it. We have the music production tutorials, which we've been doing for 150 days, right, guys? So that's basically on the MPC. We've been doing that for 150 days, basically cooking up real time, showing guys what's up. Some of the music that you're listening to now is some of the records that we cooked up over the last 150 days. Then we've been cooking up some of the other stuff as far as the records on the AI side. We've been cooking some of those up, trying to show people how that's sounding, making that do what they got to do. In the meantime, when we was doing the lives and stuff like that, we had wound up doing the partnership with Splice, so that's real time too. You know what I'm saying? So these are different things that I kind of want to show everybody when we get behind the portal. It's like, hey, you know, what does it take to get a brand sponsor? What does it take to get this? What does it take? What do I do when I get a placement? Okay, how do I protect the music? Okay, boom. So not only is it going to be us, you know, learning music production, learning how to organize our records, but also too trying to get our music ready to get put out. And then when we put out our music, what do we do with it? You know what I'm saying? You know, how do we build our websites? How do we do, you know, print on demand for merch? Like, there's a lot of stuff that people need to really understand. And, you know, what I hope to be is I hope to have that resource for people so that they can just be in one place and say, hey, Jug, how do I do this? And, all right, this is how you got to get that done. How do I get an ISRC number for my own company? You know what I'm saying? How do I do this? Where do I get my UPC or barcodes if I don't want to use the CD Baby or the DistroKid UPC codes? How do I register for MediaBase? How do I register for Luminate and, you know, making sure I get the sound scan for charting for title registration? You know, how do I do the sound exchange? How do I do my letter of direction? Like, what does that look like? Like, there's a lot. There's a lot to this thing. And while I am doing music reviews, I want people to understand that, listen, we're doing music reviews, but at the same time, I want to make sure people understand that they got to protect their music. Like, you got to do that. You got to know how to protect your music. You got to know how to copyright it. You got to make sure that you know how to register it. Like, there's a lot to this thing, you know what I mean? So make sure that you're following us, man, and paying attention to what's going on. Smoke, what up? If folks are looking to get their joint heard tonight, man, make sure y'all submitting. For those who are just joining the live, man, we doing these live music reviews. We getting busy. Make sure that we're sharing the live, man. We're gonna jump into this next one. jump into this next one. This joint is called Party Like 2008. And this is by I want to say is that what? Shy 4G? I don't want to butcher the name. I apologize.
Girls kiss girls. I like when 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 goddamn.
Yo, that was all right, man. That was all right. I have the only critique that I got for this, man. Like, I like the groove of that. Like, I like that. I like the way that groove is going. You know what I'm saying? And I would have probably stopped it halfway through, but I was trying to understand your song structure, and seeing where certain things was coming in. 'Cause I know you got different vocal samples that are coming in and out. One of those vocal samples to me may be a little bit too loud, but for the most part, Everything else kind of sounded like it was in the pocket. I'm going to give you the same feedback that I kind of give some other folks that I'm just giving them is this. Is we have to determine a good song structure, right? Especially like, especially when you got a good groove. You got a good groove, right? So, all right, boom. So if it's going to be an intro, all right, that intro should not be longer than 4 bars, right? That if you got an intro that's supposed to build up, we got to get that intro to go to 4 bars, right? 4 bars probably tops. 8 bars is too long. If we're 30 seconds in and the beat hasn't started, it's too long, right? So, 4 bars at the best. Let's get to the groove, right? Boom, we get to the groove. We do 8 bars, maybe a pre-chorus or pre-hook for another 4, and that should be the most before we get into a hook. Like, we got to get into a hook. You know what I'm saying? If we're not starting with a hook, if we're going straight from an intro into a verse, we got to try to get to a hook as quick as possible. You know what I'm saying? And we have to make sure that there's a defined and definitive hook, right? Even if we're dealing with instrumentals and instrumentation, we have to make sure that that is defined. Remember, this is why we call it the hook. This is what keeps the listener, the hook. I cannot stress that more than anything. It's the hook. If you don't have a definitive hook in your beats, then it's going to be hard for you to sell your beats, man. You know what I'm saying? And remember, don't make your beats for, don't make your beats for other producers. Make your beats for the consumer. If it's supposed to go to an artist, then make sure that we're making that, we're catering it that way. And even if it says it's going to be an instrumental, if it's going to be an instrumental situation, you kind of have the freedom to do what you want. But just remember what we're dealing with. We're dealing with swipe culture. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same rules kind of apply. And somebody suggesting too, like if that had been maybe a female vocal on it, could that have done a little bit more? It just depends, man. Female vocals tend to go a lot further these days. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live. We're doing these music reviews, man. It's Nero.fan/Arkatech Beatz, man. Everybody that's jumping in.
Take
jump into this next joint, man. Let's see what we got here, man. This joint is called Tiny. This is by Eddie. He said he made this on the MPC Key 37. Eddie, you still in the building? Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, man. Hitting up, dropping some music into this queue, man. Appreciate y'all. My man Cleese right there. All right, what's up, man? What's happening with you? All right, let's see what we got. Shout out to Tiny. Sorry, Eddie on this one, man. This one is called Tiny. Chat said they like the groove. Y'all like the groove as well. Bass is crazy. Drums are sounding good. I would just like to hear a little bit more changes. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that the hook is definitely standing out. I hear the subtle changes in the string line that makes the hook. But again, most artists ain't trained like that to hear that. You know what I'm saying? They're going to miss it. You know what I'm saying? So, you want to just make sure that we're creating a musical bed where there's enough space for the rhymes or for the or for the song or for the singer or whatever. We need space. We need space. So I wanna let my producers that are submitting, guys that are submitting songs, cool. Producers that are submitting their songs, make sure that there is space. We have to leave space for the verses, space for the verses, space for the hook, and we have to make sure that we're making these things defined. You know what I'm saying? For us, we might be like, damn, I added an extra string on that, and that's enough for the hook. It depends. You know what I'm saying? Like, for a lot of folks, they're not going to be able to understand, like, where's the hook at? Because when I listen to it coming in, right, I'm like, all right, his intro was good, and then the joint started, and I'm like, all right. So now when the first 8 bars went, the other string line came in. So I'm like, okay, now is this the hook, or was the first 8 bars the hook? So that's what created the confusion. So that would be my only feedback on it. In terms of where your instrumentation is, I like where your sounds are landing, right? It's because it's making your sound unique. You know what I'm saying? In terms of how you're mixing your drums with the rest of your instrumentation. And I think that, once we kind of get that to marry, exactly where we want it to marry, because I feel like it has the fidelity. I feel like it has the sonic, it's loud enough. And I feel like you're picking the right sounds. And I think this is really the battle that a lot of folks have too. It's like, okay, am I picking the right sounds? Am I picking the right drums? Am I picking the right bass lines and stuff? And it sounds like you did all of that. So, salute to you for putting that in. So, we're definitely trying to give this musical feedback. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate y'all. Yo, the queue is open. Make sure y'all continue to drop joints in. Iron is sharpening iron tonight.
When I see you walking in the room, it's like a dream. Can't believe I'm talking to you. It's like a dream.
Skipping around right now. Shout out to everybody that's jumping into the live, submitting music.
When I see you walking in the room, it's like a dream. Can't believe I'm talking to you. It's like a dream. The way you smile, the way you move, it's like a dream. I just hope I wake up with you.
Yo, Richie, I hope people are learning, man.
It's like a dream come true. Dream come true. Dream come true. It's like a dream come true.
Yo, Richie, I hope people are learning, and I hope people are really understanding that normally if we're giving one-on-one feedback, or if we're giving people one-on-ones and feedback, it's at a significantly higher cost. We normally not doing no free music reviews, man. That's what people don't really understand, man. And the music submissions ain't really free. You know what I'm saying? And I'm doing it because, I'm trying to really let the community understand that I'm trying to rock with heads, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that people are really understanding what we're trying to do here tonight, or what we're trying to do subsequent nights. We're trying to get people really involved. We're trying to get people to understand, like, listen, what we're building over here is real. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's typically ain't no free situation going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't it ain't on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing that because, again, man, y'all know how I'm moving. I'm moving different in this situation, trying to get people to really understand what we're trying to do. We're trying to get this music game better.
It's like a dream come true.
It's all good.
It's like a dream come true. Dream come true.
Kaz, what up, man? Shout out to all the folks, man, that been rocking with me for all these months. Weeks have turned into months. And look now, we are about what? We're about 20 days out before Max B gets in. You know what I'm saying? Sometime next week now, I'm going to be, connecting with those folks to kind of get an idea of what's going to be the plan when he gets home. Like, in terms of, how he's recording, what records he want to do first. And then y'all about to see the real shit fly. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're going to see the real time situation. We're dealing with somebody who's coming home and going to have a lot of the media attention. And then I'm going to be able to report to y'all what's happening in real time. Like, yo, this is what's happening with homie. Woo, woo, woo. You know what I mean? So, it's I need y'all to buckle up, man. I really need y'all to buckle up, man. Like I said, homie get out in 20 days. He about to set rap back on fire because ain't nothing happening right now. Word on the street is that we got a French Montana one waiting for him. So we gotta see how that's gonna go. Cleats, man. Thank you for submitting. Corn on this one. Shout out to my man Twizzy, American Cream Team. We put that together. Shout out Ron Record, American Cream Team. There when we made this one, right? Some people was in the building when we did that record. You know what I'm saying? You're watching how these stuff is landing in real time. Oh, my man Smoke got one in here. All right. This joint is called Your Eyes. Smoke the Great. Shout out to Smoke the Great, man. He's been a supporter of the channel. I appreciate him. Appreciate y'all. Listen, it's gonna be real dope when I get you when we in the other joint and we gonna be on Zoom. You know what I'm saying? I get to see people face to face. So that's how I'm trying to set up. That's how I'm trying to set up the other joint. It's gonna be Zoom. It ain't gonna be like, you know what I mean? It's gonna be I'm gonna be able to see cats. You know what I'm saying? So when me and Mike is in the joint, it'll be like, yo, I get to see guys. We're gonna see what it is. One day at a time.
I've been looking in your eyes, baby, I can make it better. Even though we broke your heart, baby, we look good together. Smoking weed, drinking liquor to the point we don't remember. Baby, I'ma keep it real, cause I ain't no good pretender.
I can see it in your eyes, baby. I see the passion. Put down your ruler, cause life is hard to imagine. And I see you holding on. Oh, make it better for you. I'm just one call away.
I can see it in your eyes, you see the truth and no lies. You need the real because they can't deal with your truth, so they lie. And that ain't right, cause that's pride, and you too good for that life. Cause what I see is what they won't admit. You need a real man in your life. I see you, girl, you looking nice. What you selling, what's the price? When it's priceless, you too fine, baby, so I won't waste your time. I can't wait until you mine. I just wanna see you shine. It's a good look, yeah, you and I look good and they look blind. And you don't need what I believe is holding you back. It's holding on to what's long gone, so just cut yourself slack. It's a better way to a better day, so just keep in mind that fact. If you need me, just call Smoke, you know I got your back. We can drink and just relax. We can smoke, I got that sack. Cause the place to be is by my side, and I promise you that. We can drink, just relax. We can smoke, I got that sack. Cause the place to be is by my side, and I promise you that. Smoke.
I've been looking in your eyes, baby, I can make it better. Even though we broke your heart, baby, we look good together. Smoking weed, drinking liquor to the point we don't remember. Baby, I'ma keep it real, cause I ain't no good pretender.
I can see it in your eyes, baby. I see the passion. Put down your ruler, cause life is hard to imagine. And I see you holding on. Oh, make it better for you. I'm just one call away.
That's Smoke. Shout out to Smoke. Smoke the Great. That joint is called Your Eyes. Smoke. Thank you for submitting, brother. And so we can hear your music, bro. So I got some feedback, Smoke. Tell me if you're ready. Tell me if you're ready, Smoke. Tell me if you're ready. Tell me how you want the feedback, Smoke. All right, let's go. So listen, you got a dope beat, right? It has, good changes in there, got a little trap vibe on it. And then you got your hook, which I think you got your hook is in two parts. You got you on one part, then you got the singing on the other part. All right. My feedback is that lead with the singing and then probably put your part after the singing, or leave it just the singing. You know what I'm saying? And just have that run because it's strong. So when it's strong like that, you might want to be able to lean on that. The only thing that I would pay attention on that is it's a little pitchy. So we want to make sure that we can kind of get that finished, get that a little pitchy, get that fixed, maybe with some auto tune, etc., to make sure that we're in the right so it doesn't sound too pitchy. I feel like the verse might be slightly 4 bars too long. You know what I'm saying? Before the hook comes back in, because I was expecting the hook to come in at a certain place, and then you still kept going. So, outside of that, I think you got something here. You know what I'm saying? So, I think with a few tweaks on this one, you might have something that you can run with. Nah, man, we're not giving them any hard feedback. We trying to give this constructive feedback. And a lot of times when I'm giving that feedback, I'm telling folks what's the, I'm not just saying, yo, I don't like this or switch that. If I'm telling you to do something, I'm giving you the reason and why I'm telling you to do it. And I'm giving you the logic behind the feedback. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing for me to get on here and say, hey, I don't really like that. That sound weak or this, that, and the third. And I don't have anything to tell you why. I'm telling you what I'm telling you. If I'm telling them, yo, the singing part of the hook sounds stronger than me, you might want to lead with that, or you might want to maintain that, right? Or you might want to, like I said, switch it out where that comes in first to really grab the listener, and then you tie up the hook before you get back into your verse, or just let the singing part just go for the whole 8 bars. You know what I'm saying? you know, typically if we got good singing on a hook, man, it's hard to lose with that. You know what I'm saying? So if we can lean to that, we lean to that. You know, so for the most part, like I said, the elements are there. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing if you don't have the elements. It's one thing like, yo, your hook is not really where it needs to be, bro. Your hook ain't no good. Or, yo, bro, that beat is terrible. You know what I'm saying? That beat might not have any real market or commercial viability. That's not what we're dealing with. We're dealing with something that has a decent musical bed. We're talking about decent vocals. Just watch the timing on your rap. You know, make sure that we're really trying to make sure that we're on that beat, man. You know what I'm saying? We're riding that beat. This beat we gotta ride the beat like a wave, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we got certain types of grooves. So that's really to keep the listener engaged. But that's the feedback that I have. Yo, shout out to Smoke. That's your eye, Smoke the Great. Thank you, my brother, for submitting. And yo, man, thank you for supporting the situation that we've been doing here for the last few months. You know what I'm saying?
Arkatech Beatz.
Shout out to the chat for maintaining what I would say a high level of encouragement. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to have your music on Front Street. You heard? It's not hard. It's hard, yo. This is not easy for you to be putting your music in front of for public scrutiny. You know what I'm saying? So I wanna shout out my chat, and I wanna shout out everybody that's following, that's encouraging each other and giving people, you know, that positive feedback. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that we can continue to grow and get better and get better and get better, because that's what it requires. It requires us to be able to build each other up positively so that we can continue to do what we're doing. This is not easy shit, man. I don't want people to get it twisted. There's nothing worse than going into a high profile, and I call it a hostile work environment, because a hostile work environment is when you go in with legendary artists and you pressing play on your joint and you seeing them just go lights, next. So what we trying to do is we try to get it right here, so that when you go into those rooms or when you sending out your pack, you don't got people like just saying next. You're saying that's the worst feeling ever. You trust me, man. You guys don't understand, man. When you in a room with your top guy and you be thinking that your life is about to change, and they be like, nope, get out of here. That's not what you're trying to deal with, man. So what you want to do is you want to get it right here. And I probably would have gave a left arm and a left leg to be able to sit in the studio and get feedback from a large professor, a Havoc, or you know, a Pete Rock back when I was coming in. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand what I would have done to, you know, no Diddy stuff, but you don't understand how aggressive I would have been to be in those rooms. You know what I mean? So I tell people, listen, take advantage of the joint. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of what we're trying to create. You know what I'm saying? Support what we're trying to do. Let's build this shit. Link is on the screen, bro. I'm only going to be on for maybe another 10 minutes, so whatever y'all submit it now. I may not be able to get to everything.
Arkatech Beatz.
Shout out to everybody that's in the live. Shout out to everybody that is sharing the. Shout out to everybody that's sharing the live.
Arkatech Beatz.
Let's get into this next joint, man. It's called Reasons by Conscious FX. Let's hear this. Let's hear how it go. It's called Reasons. Reasons why.
This is the way.
Shout out to Conscious FX. Yo, listen. you overloading here. I'm not sure if the chat can hear that, but your joint is definitely overloading. You got some parts where your joint is peaking, like some digital noise on it. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a little busy in terms of the switch ups and the changes and the transitions. What's going to happen with this is that your artist is going to get lost. You know what I'm saying? Like you got a lot going on. So, remember, if we doing beat battle, all right, this will fly, right? Because the producers in us is gonna be like, yo, you heard how he switched it and how many times he flipped it? Oh my gosh. He slowed it down. He went half time, then he went back double time, boo roop. Like in our circles, yes, that's gonna be fine. But where we need to be, if we're trying to sell music, we gotta dumb that down. And we have to define, okay, which two sequences out of this thing, like, this boy Swag is right when he said, which two sequences out of here is going to work? You know what I'm saying? Which two sequences is going to work on this? You know what I'm saying? So this is where we have to kind of think about what we're doing with this and say, okay, how do we dumb this one down? And I hate to use that term, say we dumbing it down, but we have to really think about who we really putting this for. Like, you know what I mean? Like this, who's our target? Who's our target artist? You know what I'm saying? Who's our target artist? Who can we? What's our thought in terms of who we're going to be able to get this to? Don, what up, man? I only got a few minutes left, so I'm about to. If we can get to it, we got to see how it's going to work. It's like 2 different songs. It might be almost 3 different songs. You know what I mean? But listen, you going crazy on the drums. Like you going crazy on the drums. Like what you're doing. Like what you're doing, producer wise, is not only unique, but it is also it's refreshing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to do something different, and you're trying to you're trying to flip the sample. You're trying to do a bunch of things on here, which I encourage that. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that I try to tell guys is, listen, let's take all that creativity and let's pinpoint it accurately so that we can basically get our joint into a constructive and cohesive song, so that we want to get it as close to a song without the lyrics and the melody as possible. You know what I'm saying? We kind of want to make sure that when we deliver it, the artist knows exactly what to do. Like I hear it. You know what I'm saying? Like I know exactly what to do. I know exactly where my hook is. I know exactly what my intro is. I'm going to talk shit here. I'm going to go crazy right here with the rhyme. And we want to kind of deliver a musical bed that's kind of like a Lego. They just got to just fit their parts in. This is just different stuff. Listen, I appreciate you. I appreciate you submitting it in. I appreciate you submitting it in, man. I got, let me see how much time I got. I got time for one more. We've been live for almost 90 minutes. Oh yeah, that's like the major thing, is just getting the structure. The hardest part is getting the song structure, man. And a lot of times when you're producing this thing, and you guys see me when I'm doing it live. When I'm doing it live, I remember I always tell you, hey, we need one more sound, maybe 2 more sounds to get the hook, And I'm very transparent about that and creating a situation where it's like, yo, I got one more, you know what I'm saying? I got one more sound, or, you know, the hook is not quite there yet, or we don't have enough sounds, or maybe we got too much sounds. Let's strip this out. Let's pull this out. Pause. You know, and we're trying to figure those things out. And I think part of the reason why I even started to do the music production live stream is so that people could peek into the process, like peek into the process, see how we're figuring out the puzzle in real time. And yeah, you know, I'm under the pressure of the lights, right? Because the lights is on, and everybody's watching, and they're trying to figure out, like, you know, Mike hits me up all the time. Mike be like, yo, I don't know how you really do that. Mike be like, yo, I don't know how you cook up like that in real time in front of everybody. It's not something that I thought I could do. You know what I mean? But, you know, we're here. Listen, I got time for one more, man. Who's it gonna be? I got a few in the queue, so this is, if anybody's trying to skip, now is the time. Kaz, I appreciate you, brother. Shout out to everybody that's jumping in. Shout out to everybody that's been rocking in this thing, jumping into the lives. My thought process is I probably want to go live more than once a day. You know what I'm saying? That's my thought. You know, I'm wondering if that's I'm trying to figure out what it's going to require. You know what I mean? And that's what that's what I'm battling with right now. I'm trying to figure out what it requires in terms of, you know, a daily cadence, and what is that going to look like, and what is that going to look like for us when we're in the portal? Because I know once we have the portal, I know we're going to be in at least 5 days out of the week without question. And I think just to give you kind of a little bit of an idea of what we're looking like, and this is just some of my ideas in terms of what I'm trying to get out of this thing here, you know what I mean? So like for Mondays, I want to try to do like, you know, like an accountability call, you know what I'm saying? Like just trying to see what the situation is for that. I want to try to do something on Wednesdays, which will be like, you know, music business talk. So like Mondays would be one set of things. Wednesday would be music business talk, and this would be inside of the portal. Thursday will be some, you know, just deconstructing some beats and some stuff like that. And then on Friday, I want to do what we call a hot seat. So the hot seat gonna be folks, you know, putting their music up, iron and sharpen iron, etc. And then also want to make sure that we're doing something for the daily. He said pink lighted. Man, that's red, bro. He said pink. It's red. Nah, it's red off antique gray, so it looked pink. But so it's bloody red, bro. But I'm trying to make sure that we're doing something daily as we open up the portal. I want to have something for small wins. I also want to make sure that, you know, we're sharing some information in terms of who's looking for music. You know what I'm saying? Because you know that varies. So it's a bunch of stuff that we're trying to get into. You know what I mean? So we're gonna see where it goes. And yo, man, we're gonna do this thing, man. Last song for the night is Broke Nights. This is Matt Gutter. We're about to close out the submissions. For anybody that we didn't get to, I apologize, man. You know, it's a limited time, you know what I'm saying? So folks got to try to get in where they fit in, and, you know, if they're trying to get that feedback.
Broke nights, nothing to eat. That made me hungry at night.
You heard what that boy said? Y'all listening what this boy said? Yo, shout out Matt Gutter, yo. You got one. Hold on. Yo, you need
Bro,
you in the chat?
Bro, nice. Nothing to eat. That made me hungry at night. When I went to sleep, dreaming about money, keep the two and some blues. You know they on me like scissor. I cannot snooze. Chasing this money, keep it sealed to hide the smell.
That boy said he keep it sealed to hide the smell. Jesus Christ, yo. Listen. Yo, are you in the building? Is he in here? Is he in the chat? That joint goes. He got one. He got one. Like that's it. This it. This joint feel real good. It's the right. Listen, look at how fast the hook come in. Right? You see how boom, and then he got this song is 2 minutes and 17 seconds, and that hook plays 3 times. You heard? So you already know it's broke nights. You already know how it go, and it got the right melody. You know what I'm saying? He got the right vocal cadence. He had the right tone. And that beat going crazy. That's hard.
Need it by the bell. I don't need a 9 to 5. I just need some clientele. Keep it sealed to hide the smell. Need it by the bell. I don't need a 9 to 5. I just need some clientele. Pick out the pack till I'm counting the racks. Buy one BM, then I blow out her back. Supplying that pressure, adding my tax. Blowing them racks cause I'm making it back. Repping the hub, straight out the cat. Used to sell dubs, sleep in the trap. From sharing our clothes to moving the bowls. Going hard for the fam, remembering those. Nice, nothing to eat. That made me hungry at night. When I went to sleep, dreaming about money, keep the two and some blues. You know they on me like scissor. I cannot snooze. Chasing this money, keep it sealed to hide the smell. Need it by the bell. I don't need a 9 to 5. I just need some clientele. Keep it sealed to hide the smell. Need it by the bell. I don't need a 9 to 5. I just need some clientele. Chasing bread, stay focused. Keep the smoke shop open. Keep that side that potent. Keep my pockets poking. Like the rims in Houston. Why instead he shooting? Switch on the Glock, turn the blick to a Uzi. Bro, nice, nothing to eat. That made me hungry at night. When I went to sleep, dreaming about money. Keep the two and some blue. Switch on the Glock, turn the blick to a Uzi. Bro,
That boy said put the switch on the Glock, turn it into a Uzi. Jesus Christ, yo. Matt Gutter. You got one, brother. We gonna have to tap in. Cause that, you know, I know it's bad for the community, but you know, just stick with me here, man. Just stick with me, man. You know what I'm saying? Stick with me. I know it's bad for the community. I know it's the wrong message, but God damn it, I like it. It's the Bronx in me, man. I can't get it out. I'm sorry. And I enjoy this call.
nice, nothing to eat. That made me hungry at night. When I went to sleep, dreaming about money. Keep the two and some blues. You know they on me like scissor. I cannot snooze. Chasing this money, keep it sealed to hide the smell. Need it by the bell. I don't need a 9 to 5. I just need some clientele. Keep it sealed to hide the smell. Need it by the bell.
Your submissions is closed, man. We just tied it up. That's the last. That was the last one. I had some more in the queue, but I just don't have the time, man. You know, sometimes, you know, I just got to tell folks to, you know, skip the line if you want to make sure you get heard, man. And we've been live for 90 minutes, man, you know, so y'all got to catch that replay. But listen, I want to thank everybody that jumped in tonight, everybody that submitted their music for public scrutiny. Listen. I'll tell you why I like this record. You know what I'm saying? Because, let me tell you why I like this record. And the only feedback that I would have on it is that I would like the verse to be slightly longer. Slightly. You know what I'm saying? Just slightly longer, because the verse is probably a little bit too short, and to the hook is coming right back in kind of fast. But I would like it to be just a little bit longer before we can get into the joint. You know what I'm saying? Because it starts off the way it needs to start off. The hook comes in at the right place. You got that first. I think it's, what is it? Is he doing 4-ball verses or he doing 8-ball verses?
Bro, nice. Bro, nice. Bro, nice. Nothing to eat. That made me hungry at night. When I went to sleep, dreaming about money. Keep the two and some blues. You know they on me like scissor. I cannot snooze. Chasing this money, keep it still to hide the smell. Needed by the bell. I don't need a 9 to 5. I just need some clientele. Keep it still to hide the smell. Needed by the bell. I don't need a 9 to 5. I just need some clientele. Pick out the pack till I'm counting the racks. If I would be M, then I blow out her back. Supplying that pressure, adding my tax. Blowing the racks cause I'm making it back. Repping the hub, straight out the cat. Used to sell dubs, sleep in the trap. From sharing our clothes to moving the bowls. Going hard for the fam, remembering those. Nice, nothing to eat.
It should be at least 12. Like I mess with it at the 8, but the 12 would feel a little bit better just in my brain. You know what I'm saying? But the hook is strong. You see what I'm saying? So when the hook is strong, we just gonna lean on the hook, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it could go either way. You know what I'm saying? It could go either way. Like, because the hook is so strong, you just run with it, man. You know what I'm saying? And just fill in the 8 bars, bomb. And we out of there. The joint is 2 minutes and 17 seconds, man. The joint, look how many times I just played it. Just imagine if that was Spotify, it would get like it would at least got 5 qualified plays off one time. Yo, it's all about the hook, bro. You know what I'm saying? So that hook is strong. So, you know, I don't really have any hardcore feedback on it. It sound the way it need to sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, it sound the way it need to sound, man. At this point, you take a record like this and you just start cutting up this content. You start cutting the content up to it, and then we start trying to put it out there, and we start trying to see who gonna hear it, who gonna rock with it. You know what I'm saying? It has the ability to have that virality on it, and then you got to take a couple dollars and you got to put a couple dollars on it to see if it'll fly. And look, my advice to a lot of people is like this. You know, like how we got built-in, people got built-in bills, right? Everybody got a built-in bill, right? It might be a Netflix, it might be a Spotify, it might be, you know, something, you know, cell phone, whatever built-in bill. You know what I'm saying? Or you might have a built-in discretionary fund. You might say, you know, every month I'm going to spend $100 on eating McDonald's or chicken wings or whatever the heck it might be. For those who are in this business, y'all need to be taking a certain dollar amount, whether it be $30, $50, $100, and they should be running ads nonstop in the background. Ads should be running nonstop until you can build your audience. You know what I'm saying? Facebook ads, Facebook, Instagram ads. You find the 5 pieces of content that work, you know, make it rotate. If you're spending anywhere from $1 to $5 a day, and let it run. And you're just trying to get people to discover you. You know what I'm saying? To maybe give you a like, maybe give you a follow. And you build from there. You know what I'm saying? Only God knows what will happen if you do that for a year. Somebody saying get the mix a little bit brighter. I kind of like where it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of got that driving vibe, man. But yo, I want to thank everybody for that's my feedback on that. I want to thank everybody for listening and being in this session tonight. My goal is to get on tomorrow by 7 o'clock, and to get on by 7, give people a chance to submit to the queue. Get started by 7:30, and by 8:30, you know, be done. And by 8:30, be done, and then come back at 9 to do the music production tutorial. That's my plan. Barring anything happening with my, you know, wife and kids, that's what I'll be looking to do for tomorrow. So let's look out for that. And yeah, that is the cheat code, man. The cheat code really is to put a few dollars on your music. And I think people are afraid to do that. Like, there are some platforms that you're not going to be, listen, there are some platforms that you're not going to be able to grow without money. I'm just telling y'all straight up. Like, there are a lot of platforms right now where we have missed the growth spurt. You know what I'm saying? We missed the TikTok growth spurt. We missed the Instagram growth spurt. We missed all of that. So now the only way for you to get the growth spurt is to pay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it works. It's like, you got to pay. Like, you know, people be acting like, yo, everything I hear is just going to be free. On what planet? It's like, on what planet, man? Ain't nothing really free. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That there are people that are doing things, but listen, it's not like free like that. You know what I'm saying? So for all of us who have sources of income, and if you have any discretionary income, this is where you have to be smart about, you know, where you put in your dollars. And it don't take much, you know what I'm saying? It don't really take much between running any Google ads or running any Facebook ads. And if guys want me to go through that process as well in the portal, then I mean, you know, I have to show guys what it looks like to set that up. And you're really just setting up what we would call an awareness campaign. And an awareness campaign will basically put us in a situation where people can just kind of see who we are. And if they like us, they rock with us. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to get people to subscribe, bro. It's hard to get people to follow. It's not easy. People have to see something in you that makes them want to subscribe and follow. You know, so we have to make sure that we're creating that kind of environment and that we're creating that kind of value that people want to follow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, are we dropping a lot of music? Are we showing up every day? Like, what are we doing? Like, we got to do something to kind of get these folks involved, you know, and what we're doing. Like, what will make person interested in what you doing? You know what I mean? You know, what makes you stand out? What makes what you're doing so dope? You know what I mean? So this is the game that we're trying to play. You know, and don't get caught up too much in the numbers like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like I said, what we're playing with right now is we're playing with niche audiences. We're not playing with, like, you know, if we happen to get a whole bunch of followers, that's great. But what's even better is to have people that really rock with us. So that might be 10 people. That might be, you know, 200 listeners a month. Like, we don't care as long as it's the real people. You know what I'm saying? As long as it's real people and it's not bots and it's people that's really trying to rock with us from day in and day out, then that's what it is. You know, then you can actually do your art and people will love what you do. And then it doesn't feel like work to you at this point, right? Because this is what you like to do, you know, or I think what some people like to do. Well, shout out to everybody that's in the live, man. I'm about to get up out of here. Make sure y'all check out that hip hop beats radio. It's a 24-hour live stream that we do on Arkatech Beatz YouTube. Kind of get to hear what we're cooking up, you know what I mean? We're about to get out of here. Everybody be safe, man. Peace.